Now see a refraction through a prism. We have done the refraction through glass slab and also we have done atmospheric refraction. Now we are going to do here the refraction through prism. Suppose you have taken prism whose base is as equilateral triangle here. This is A, this is B and this is C. Each angle of the base is of the 60 degree and these are known as angle of prism. Now these faces, it has got the three faces, these faces are rectangular and you know the rectangular faces are inclined at an angle of the 60 degree here, that is why it has got the base of the equilateral triangle. Now made of the glass, transparent material where the light can pass or gets refracted. Suppose you are taking incident ray from this side and there is a normal on the face AB. This is known as angle of incidence. Now this ray refract, come this side, this is here angle of refraction R1. Now again refraction takes place, incidence takes place at this point, this is here R2 and the ray comes out here, this is known as angle of emergence E. This point we can take as P, this we can take as Q, and now when we produce this emergent ray and here the incident ray, we find there is deviation in this ray. This is called angular deviation. This angular deviation is here delta. So when the light fall on the one face, it comes out through the another face. In this process, there is angular deviation. Because of this angular deviation here, actually there is a spectrum is obtained because different color deviates at the different angles. Now we can take this angle also. This angle is I minus R1 and this angle is E minus R2. So here is I minus R1 and E minus R2. We can write delta because this is an exterior angle. So we can write here delta is equal to I minus R1 plus E minus R2. We can write delta is equal to I plus E minus R1 plus R2. Now this can give, we can give as equation 1. Now we can take this point is O and we can get the value of R1 plus R2 in terms of the angle of prism. So we can write angle R1 plus angle R2 plus angle O is equal to 180 degree because of the sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree, and also we can write angle A plus angle O is equal to 180 degree because this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So in quadrilateral APOQ, this whole angle is of 90, this whole angle is of 90, therefore angle A plus angle O is equal to 180 degree. We can equate these two. So we can get angle R1 plus angle R2 plus angle O is equal to angle A plus angle O. Now angle O and angle O will get cancelled. So here we can write in this case when the angle O plus angle O and O get cancelled both the sides, we will be getting angle R1 plus angle R2 is equal to angle A. And now we can write in the equation which was the equation number 1, delta is equal to I plus E minus A because R1 plus R2 was there, this one equal to A we have already shown here. So we have got this relation angle delta is equal to angle I plus angle E minus A. I is angle of incidence, E is angle of emergence and A is the angle of prism. Now see here the angle of deviation depends on I. So we can draw the graph for that and we can get the graph in this manner. Here is delta and here is I. The graph is something like this. So first when we increase angle I, we get angle of deviation decreases and it achieves this value, this is minimum value, and after that if you increase here I again, so delta increases again. This one is known as delta m. So this is the minimum angle of deviation which is known as delta m. Whenever this situation is found, I is equal to E here, angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence, and this ray will be here parallel to the base of the triangle. So we know this thing is here I is equal to E from this graph, and see here beside this angle, for every angle of deviation there are the two I and E are the different for the angle of deviation, for the same angle of deviation, but here in this case I and E are equal for the same deviation. Now we can take, we have already derived this formula, delta is equal to I plus E minus A. So we can write here, in case of angle of minimum deviation, we can write I is equal to E. So delta M is equal to twice of I minus A. So twice of I is equal to A plus delta M, and I is equal to A plus delta M upon 2. So now we have got I is equal to A plus delta M by 2. If I is equal to E, then we can also show that R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R. It means R1 and R2 are equal. So we can write in this case, we know it, R1 plus R2 is equal to A. So twice of R is equal to A. So R is equal to A upon 2. So we have got the value of I, we have got the value of R. So now we can write equation for refractive index. So the refractive index of the prism can be written, mu is equal to sin I upon sin R. So it can be written mu is equal to sin, in place of I this one, so A plus delta M upon 2 divided by sin A upon 2. This one is known as here Prism formula. So this is known as your Prism formula. So now here we have done the Prism formula, that is mu is equal to sin A plus delta M upon 2 whole upon sin A upon 2. So if we are taking small angles, so for small angles it can be written here mu is equal to, that is sin will be here getting removed, it will be here A plus delta M upon 2 upon A by 2, this and will get cancelled. So mu A is equal to A plus delta M. So delta M is equal to mu A minus A. So here mu minus 1 into A. So mu is here refractive index of the prism with respect to air, that means refractive index of glass with respect to air here. So for thin angle, for thin prism or for the small angles, you know the deviation is least also here, less here we can see only from this formula. So for the small angle we can use here delta M is equal to mu minus 1 into A. So now see your next part is dispersion of light. Suppose you have taken glass prism like this. This is A, this is B and this is C, 3 faces. If white light that is coming from this side, it gets split up into 7 colors like this here, and here we get a band of the 7 colors, that is red is uppermost and violet is lowermost. So when white light is passed through the prism, it splits up into 7 colors, and this band of the 7 color is known as a spectrum, and this phenomenon of splitting of white light into 7 color is known as dispersion of light. Here red deviates least and violet deviates most. Why does it happen? Because see here, each color has got the different refractive index. It means for the glass they have the different refractive index or different speed you can say in the glass or different wavelength. Because of that, different color travels in the different path, different color deviates by in the different angle. That is why dispersion of light takes place. And here order of color is this, like this is here Vibgyor. Lowermost color is the violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. This is the here the band of the color here. There is a Cauchy's relation. So according to Cauchy's relation, we can write mu is equal to A plus B upon lambda square plus C upon lambda raised to power 4 plus like this. It means refractive index of the medium depends on the wavelength of the light. So from here, as we know it here, lambda r is greater than lambda v. Therefore, we can write mu r is less than mu v, and as a result we know delta is equal to mu minus 1 into a. So, obviously, if mu r is less than mu v, so we can write delta r is less than delta v. So, because of the different refractive index for the different wavelength, different angles deviates by the here the different values, and because of that dispersion of light takes place.